welcome. I come to you from Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. 10 years after the bifurcation of the erstwhile state of Andhra Pradesh, the divided state of Andhra Pradesh still does not have a state capital. I am here by the side of the Hello and welcome. I come to you from Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. 10 years after the bifurcation of the erstwhile state of Andhra Pradesh, the divided state of Andhra Pradesh still does not have a state capital. I am here by the side of the Prakasam Barrage, more than 1200 meters in length, and there is also a road that connects Vijayawada with the other part, Guntur, Tadepalli, Mangalgiri, NTR. All that area in fact was meant to be the new capital of Andhra Pradesh when Chandrababu Naidu became Chief Minister in 2014. The Kanakadurga temple is here, and by the side of it there is also a board that says Amaravati High Court. That was meant to be as part of the new capital of Andhra Pradesh. Chandrababu Naidu had in fact proposed a very grandiose plan for this capital, building of this capital, but after Jagan became Chief Minister, he scrapped this plan and in fact said that it was only meant to be a real estate scam, and that the leaders of the Telugu Desam had in fact made a lot of money over land, over the dream of building such a capital which would be a world-class capital. Instead, he proposed decentralized three-capital plan in which Vishakhapatnam would be the executive capital, Amravati would be the legislative capital, and Kurnool was meant to be the judicial capital. That ran into legal trouble with many of those farmers who had in fact given the land for the land pooling scheme brought in by Chandrababu Naidu. They all went to court, and subsequently it is still in court. In fact, he got a verdict. The court had given direction saying that you must go back to rebuilding Amaravati and not go ahead with the three-capital plan, but the issue is still pending in court. Elections 2024, assembly elections as well as parliament elections, at least for the districts around this area, Guntur, Vijayawada area, capital certainly an issue on which the vote is going to be decided one way or the other. Hello and welcome. I am here in Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. 10 years after the bifurcation of the undivided state, Andhra Pradesh still does not have its own capital. I am standing in front of the Kanakadurga temple, and behind me is the Prakasam Barrage. It stretches over about 1200 meters, and the road that leads up from Vijayawada to Guntur, Tadepalli, Mangalgiri area, all that was meant to be the new capital, a very grand capital that Chandrababu Naidu had planned when he became Chief Minister in 2014. In 2019, when Jagan became the Chief Minister, he scrapped the plan and decided that he would go for a decentralized capital plan, which would be an executive capital at Vishakhapatnam, a legislative capital at Amravati, and a judicial capital in Kurnool. That, however, landed in trouble with about all the farmers who had in fact given the land for pooling, and many of them who felt that they may benefit from the development of a greenfield capital in this region. All of them unhappy and went to court, and subsequently the court gave directions saying that you must go back to the Amaravati plan and in fact build Amaravati as the capital for Andhra Pradesh. That issue is still pending in court. Now with elections, both assembly as well as parliament elections, the TDP once again in an alliance with the BJP as well as the Janasena in this particular election, whether it's the Union Home Minister or the Prime Minister, they are talking about Amaravati as the capital that will be built within a couple of years. Jagan sticks to his Vishakhapatnam as executive capital line, and he says in fact that there were huge scams that happened as part of the capital building exercise that Chandrababu Naidu had undertaken. In fact, so much of construction activity was happening there that people in Vijayawada also felt that they were gaining from the economic activity of all the construction, because Vijayawada is otherwise buzzing with not just commercial activity, all that construction activity, real estate activity, all that was giving the economy a huge fillip, and all that was lost when Jagan Reddy decided that the capital here would no longer take place. In fact, behind me there's also a board that says Amaravati High Court. Amravati was meant to be that big capital. But before these elections, in these districts, this region of Vijayawada, Guntur, Mangalgiri, capital is certainly a big issue, because they know that their future and their prospects for their future are depending on this capital plan.
In all those three universities. This is a private capital investment. As long as you provide proper infrastructure, people will come and build it. Government doesn't have to spend it. All we need is few thousand crores to build that infrastructure. Hyderabad was not built by the government, right? It was all built by the private people.
So you're saying facilitation is the job of the government?
Yeah, absolutely. That's all we need to do.
In the last 5 years, the argument by your political leaders of your party has been that no jobs, no development and so on. So what are you telling people when you're going? Is yours only about your campaign, or do you also talk like a politician and say about what YSRCP or Jagan is not doing?
No. See, the real issue is when TDP was there between 14 and 19, in addition to those three universities and whatever the buildings that were already constructed, Chandrababu Naidu sir gave permissions to 130 institutions total, including HCL Technology, Basavatarakam Indo Cancer Institute, Indo UK Research Center, like this, and the biggest they also planned a biggest convention center like this, total 130. Jagan Reddy garu completely cancelled all 130 GOs. So now, as soon as we come, we have to go and ask them. Again, it's a 2 to 3 year process, even to request and somebody to come and creating a project report, building some infrastructure, creating a job.
You're facing that as a challenge?
No, there is no much difference between earlier government and now. What has happened is Chandrababu Naidu has cheated the people. So instead of constructing the capital in the area of only 1,000 acres, he has pulled up 55,000 acres. There is no much need of it. Actually, the time was given by the public in 2014 to 2019. He could have constructed the capital there, and he could have bring him name also. But now what he has done is he want to become a richest man in the world. So he has gone to 55,000 of acres, pulled such much of land, and want to do the real estate business. That has boomeranged in 2019 elections.
Mr. Jagan Reddy proposed 3 capital plan.
See, actually, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu got a very good opportunity to build a capital here, which he misused for his own gains, especially for him and his son, and also his aides, to do a big real estate mafia. So 33,000 acres was taken as land pooling from the farmers, and he did not invest even 6,000 crores in the building of that. Whatever he built, he said temporary. He never built a single permanent structure in 5 years. So, and he tells everyone that he wanted to invest 1 lakh crores for that capital, which is a big scam. So after Jagan Reddy becoming the CM, so all this, whatever he decided to make this 3 capital decision, now even Chandrababu Naidu is telling the same thing. He wanted to make Vizag as the financial capital, and Kurnool as he wanted to put one High Court bench in Kurnool also. Whatever Jagan Reddy is telling, now Chandrababu Naidu is repeating. That means you can easily tell that even Mr. Naidu is following the footsteps of
But Mr. Amit Shah today has once again said that we will make Amravati the capital. He's spoken about Pulavaram, as does the centre is backing Amravati as the capital.
See, in the 2014 election campaign, Chandrababu Naidu and Modi on the same stage, Mr. Modi told that he will build a capital like Delhi for Andhra Pradesh in the holy city Tirupati. After that, what happened to that capital? He did not even give a single NP for building that capital. And after that, Pulavaram. Pulavaram is a national project as per the AP State Reorganization Act, which is passed by the Parliament. Why? And also, this Chandrababu Naidu, he took over that project. And even Mr. Modi, in 2019 election campaign, he said, Mr. Naidu is using Pulavaram as an ATM card
politics from him. There is no second opinion about that. He has done the planning. He is a visionary. He has planned for a growth engine to be built, which also serves as the capital of this Andhra Pradesh. Out of 33,000 acres of land, only 1400 acres was allotted for the capital city. Rest of the area was assigned for the growth capital. Growth means IT industry, biotechnology industry, research organizations, universities, colleges, multi-specialty hospitals, cancer centers, 5-star hotels, many training centers, skill development centers, all those things. Reserve Bank of India.
But all that also landed in trouble with the next government, isn't it? Whether in the skill development case, Mr. Naidu himself, and in other land cases, your name has also come up. All those weren't they setbacks for your government? I mean, in terms of credibility.
I have to correct your understanding. Basically, skill case, everything is a foisted case. Land cases is nothing. So they have said that my ancestral properties, last 100 years, whatever we have, they are there. So I have given a challenge last 100 years after 2010. I have not even bought 1 square inch of land, or I have not sold. I gave challenge to the many ministers. Please come with the evidence. So all ran away. So this is only they have come up into the power in the democratic setup by doing global.
What is land capital, capital having at Amravati? Mr. Amit Shah has also said Amravati will now be the capital. Is that an issue among people like here? Because people otherwise have spoken about, that area developing, but others being left out of the development.
The MLAs and MPs have to explain that is not an issue per se directly for their living. But once that Amaravati is completed, all the jobs, all the children will go for education. People will have right hospitals, everything. So economic activity will grow. Automatically they will realize what it is meant for. 33,000 acres. It will take maybe 10, 15, 20 years. It is not going to be overnight. Rome was not built overnight.
In court, though, your party, the BJP, in fact, did not take a stand on the capital. Now you are coming back and saying Amravati will be the capital.
I am very sorry to tell you, such a senior journalist. Court, BJP said these facts have reported.
In Vijayawada with camera person Nagraju, Sudhir, NDTV.